in Parliament in respect of participating in debates or voting on any matter. Article 102 of the Constitution is to the effect that the person presiding, be it the Speaker, a Deputy Speaker, or a member presiding, does not form part of the quorate number. Honorable members, whether or not the principle applies in pari materia with Article 104 is immaterial, because a different issue and law arises which respectfully the Honorable First Deputy Speaker may not have averted his mind to. A distinction must be drawn between the temporary absence of the Speaker from the chamber, in which case any of the Deputy Speakers may preside, and when the Speaker is unavoidably absent, as provided for under Order 13.2. In fact, Order 13.2 creates two different types of instances under which the Deputy Speaker may preside in accordance with Article 101 of the Constitution. Under Article 13.1, under Order 13.1, any of the Deputy Speakers may be asked to take the chair when our Mr. Speaker so requests due to his temporary absence from the chair. The Deputy Speaker presides until such a time that Mr. Speaker is able to resume the chair to preside over the proceedings. It might be noted that under this ambit, the Deputy Speaker may be counted as forming part of the quorate number required for either business or voting, because at the beginning of the sitting, he was not exercising the powers of the Speaker. He is a member of Parliament. Honorable members, Order 13.1 is what I just referred to. At that time, the Honorable Deputy Speaker is just not called upon to preside due to the unavoidable absence of the Speaker. So that time, like I'm presiding, I decide for some good reason to leave the chair, and I call on the first or second Deputy Speaker to preside. That one is optional. I can call the first, I can call the second. But when you go to 13.2, it's a different scenario. And I read it. Whenever the House is informed by the clerk at the table of the unavoidable absence of Mr. Speaker, the first Deputy Speaker shall perform the duties and exercise the authority of Mr. Speaker in relation to all proceedings of the House until Mr. Speaker resumes the chair without any further communication to the House. Under this order, honorable members, Listen. Honorable member, I don't want to name you. Under this order, the Speaker's unavoidable absence from the presence of Parliament means the First Deputy Speaker assumes the authority of the Speaker and performs all the duties of the Speaker in relation to the chamber. In this role, the First Deputy Speaker takes on the cloak of an acting Speaker and for the purposes of our rules and the Constitution assumes all the powers of the Speaker in relation to the business of the House. In this sense, therefore, the First Deputy Speaker for the period of my unavoidable absence from Parliament was the acting Speaker of Parliament, and thus all rules and limitations apply to him in a manner that applies to the substantive Speaker of Parliament. By and large, the reasoning of the First Deputy Speaker outlining the fact that he is not the Speaker. He holds his membership and thus not lose his privileges as a member when he takes the chair can be said to be correct. However, insofar as he takes on the role as the acting Speaker of Parliament, his decision to be counted as part of the numbers forming a quorum raises procedural challenges. Honorable members, although our standing orders are silent on this, many standing orders and rules from several sister parliaments provide persuasive rules, which suggest that when deputy speakers or acting speakers or members are in the chair, whatever happens in the House is that officer's responsibility, and the Speaker cannot be called upon to overrule it. So if that forms the responsibility of the Deputy Speaker or Acting Speaker, and the substantive Speaker cannot overrule it, then how come the Deputy Speaker can lead the House to rescind or change a decision that was taken in the presence of the Speaker? What I am simply drawing your attention to is that, similarly, the reverse is also the case when a Speaker is in the chair. Whatever happens in the House is the Speaker's responsibility, and the Deputy Speaker or Acting Speaker cannot be called upon to overrule it. However, honorable members, we are where we are today because we need to make progress on this matter in a manner that is consistent with our laws and ensures we are allowing the governance of our country to thrive. And so this is for the record and is for the House and future parliaments to deliberate on, to guide the country to be able to come clear on these issues to prevent the ambiguities. Now, I'll move on to a very important area before I go to propose the way forward. A letter presented by the Minister of Finance on concessions and modifications to the 2022 budget statement. Honourable members, I'm aware of a letter of that nature originating from the Minister, which letter purports to make some concessions and modifications to the 2022 budget statement and economic policy of government. The legal basis of the laying of such a letter and what actions Parliament may take as a result leaves a lot to be desired. I have held discussions with the Minister himself, with the leadership of the House, to try to find a path that is faithful to law, respects our rules and processes, and ensures the governance of the country does not grind to a halt. In that vein, I made a few proposals to both the Minister and the leadership. I must say, I can only tell the proposals, but at the end of the day, there are still disagreements. My first proposal is for the Minister responsible for Finance to come before the House with whether it's modified, revised, amended, or reenacted statement of the budget, with those modifications, concessions, amendments specifically captured in the document and known and accepted by the House. Those modifications, amendments, and concessions would then be adopted by the House, and the revised documents with the estimates will stand committed to the various committees of Parliament. I'm aware the committees have begun consideration of the estimates. My proposal is for that to be adopted, but for the committees to reconcile the revised estimates with what they have hitherto considered and submit a report for the consideration. The letter, for example, conveys the intention of government to allocate 10 million Ghana cedis for the engineering studies for the commencement of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project. That 10 million will definitely be taken from another item that has been captured in what was presented, rejected, or reinstalled, or reinstated, or approved. Areas. Honourable members, to conclude on these matters, let me reiterate my solemn pledge to the people of Ghana, which I canvassed in my first formal communication to this House. I will not, and I mean what I say, I will not superintend over a parliament to frustrate or obstruct government business. But I will equally not preside over a weak house or be tagged as an errand boy of the executive arm of government. This house is fully focused in discharging its mandate and will do so without any fear or favor, affection or ill will in ensuring the ultimate best interest of the Ghanaian people is served. Let us continue, honorable members, to strengthen our channels of communication. We usually refer to them as the usual channels of communication. Foster dialogue. Encourage broader stakeholder consultation and allow the processes we have adopted for our burgeoning democracy to thrive. This is the concept on which the Parliament of the Fourth Republic has been captured by our laws. Consultation, compromises, working together. And that is why it's different from the British system, which is confrontational between government and opposition. And we moved away from using the terms government and opposition to majority and minority caucuses. You are here on the left today, tomorrow you'll be on the right, and vice versa. We must learn to work together for the interests of our people. With this, I thank you all for your attention.